Tension building now. First race of the year for all these guys. The minis have raced in Ireland a few weeks ago, but all the other classes here, it's their first race weekend. 5-second board is shown to them, so the long winter off season is just about to finish for these guys. The red lights are all on, and away we go. Good start from Brodie Orr, slightly hesitant from the front row guys, but Brodie Orr up into third place. Now it's side by side for the two front row men now, and who's going to blink first as they get to turn one? Dave Koville has the inside line, and he just sneaks through, but Brodie Orr trying to sneak in behind Dave Koville, trying to go around the outside of him. Leslie doesn't get through there, but Brodie Orr up to second place as they go through McIntyre's. That was an excellent and slightly brave move around the outside of Leslie's, but Brodie Orr up into second, then on the tail of Dave Koville as they head down the dip at Butchers up through the chicane, and Jerry Henry then slots into third position in the 147 car ahead of Kieran Preedy. Along the straight they come towards Clark Corner for the first time. They'll have to be slightly cautious here. There's still a few damp patches around offline, but everyone's safely through so far as they head down towards the open. It's Dave Koville in the 52 car ahead of 31 Brodie Orr. Then Kieran Preedy's dropped down one position. There's another car ahead of him, but he's trying to retake his fourth position as they come into the hairpin. Doesn't quite make it through though, and that leaves Dave Koville in front, Brodie Orr second, Jerry Henry third. As they come up towards the line, I think that might be, is that the 95 it's got through? No, it's not. It's the 68 of Aaron Ward that's got up into fourth position. Good first lap from Aaron Ward, and he's in fourth ahead of Kieran Preedy. And everybody else streaming through. Everybody safely around to complete the first lap. Big battle going on down into McIntyre's, and Brodie Orr emerges in the lead. Brodie Orr is in the lead, and he's already about 4 or 5 car lengths ahead of Dave Koville, who was having to defend through McIntyre's from an attack by Jerry Henry. That allowed Brodie Orr to build a little bit of an advantage there. The other two cars were slow out of McIntyre, so Brodie Orr leads as they come into Clark Corner for the second time. Dave Koville second then, and Jerry Henry in third, with Aaron Ward still behind them in fourth position, followed by Kieran Preedy and Paul Curtis in the blue 95 car. Up towards the hairpin they come. Dave Koville closing in on the back of Brodie Orr. That's a 4 or 5 car length lead that Brodie had has suddenly vanished as they come through the hairpin, and he now was staring at the blue and white bonnet of Dave Koville, who's got a beautiful slipstream there right behind Brodie, right on his back bumper. Dave Koville pulls to the right. Brodie goes for the ideal fastest racing line through Duffus. They're side by side, and Dave Koville sneaks back into the lead as they head down through Leslie's. So Brodie Orr back to second. Jerry Henry still in third ahead of Aaron Ward. Down the hill they go. Jerry Henry now under real threat from Adam Ward, who's almost tapping his boot lid as they went into Butchers there. Up over the chicane they come, and the battle is still well and truly on. Dave Koville back in front for the moment though, with Brodie Orr in second. Up they come through Clark Corner. Windscreen wipers on Dave Koville's car. Round Hislops, and the first 4 still very much together here. In fact, the first group of 7 cars is breaking away from the rest of the field. So Andrew Mackey, the red car, on the back of the train there, but that's a 7-car battle for the lead at the moment. Brodie Orr gets a good run out the hairpin there. He's close to within 1.5 car lengths of Dave Koville on the straight there. Under the Beatson's Bridge they go, and Brodie definitely within striking distance as they break for Duffus. Closes to within about half a car length, closes even further as they go down the hill through Leslie's. Is he going to have a go at McIntyre's? He forces Dave Koville onto a slower defensive line. Brodie Orr gets a faster run through the corner, but not quite enough to get ahead of Dave Koville. And Jerry Henry now glued to the back of those two as well. Those 3 beginning to put a little bit of daylight between themselves and Aaron Ward, Kieran Preedy, Paul Curtis and Andrew Mackey, who are the rest of the top 7 as they come through Clark Corner now. Aaron Ward has closed up again on Jerry Henry a little bit. But fascinating stuff. Now it's Brodie Orr on the defensive from Jerry Henry. Jerry Henry moving to the right hand side. Is he going to take a lunge into the hairpin? I think he fancies his chances. It's slightly damp there though. The car snakes a little bit and he doesn't quite have enough grip to get turned in and get ahead. A mistake from Aaron Ward. Bounces out over the gravel trap at the hairpin, loses a place to Kieran Preedy, loses a place to Paul Curtis, and he's going to lose out also to Andrew Mackey as they cross the line. So a mistake there at the hairpin for the 68 car of Aaron Ward, and he drops right down to 7th position. Meanwhile, the top 3 are still battling it out. Dave Koville has a little bit of an advantage now. He's 2 or 3 car lengths ahead of Brodie Orr, and there's a couple of car lengths from Brodie Orr back to Jerry Henry. But those 3, I think, look like the likely podium contenders at the moment. Kieran Preedy still hanging on in 4th in his 21 car, but only just hanging on to the pace of these top 3. Fastest lap of the race so far is with James Dickey though. He's down in 8th position in the 99 car. He's done a 62.892. The leading 4, none of them have yet got below that 63-second mark. Into the hairpin they come, and the race settling into a pattern now. We're at 1/3 distance. We've got 8 laps to go. It'll be 7 laps to go once we get through this, as Paul Curtis drops a couple of places at the hairpin. And now Jerry Henry is taking a bit of a run at Brodie Orr as they go under the Beatson's Bridge. Side by side into Duffus. Can Brodie brakes later? Can he go around the outside of Jerry Henry? They're side by side all the way through Duffus. That gives Brodie Orr the inside of Leslie's, but it gives Jerry Henry the inside of McIntyre's, and that might just be enough. But Brodie counter-attacks on the exit of McIntyre's. They're going to be side by side on the approach to Butchers, but Jerry Henry gets through into 2nd position, and that squabbling has allowed Dave Koville to extend his lead to quite a significant margin now. So really the battle is now on for 2nd place as they're side by side on the approach to Clark Corner, and Dave Koville spins off at Clark Corner. So this is now the battle for the lead. It's Brodie Orr against Jerry Henry. Jerry Henry has the advantage as they come round onto his lops, and Kieran Preedy's getting in there as well. So it's a 3-car battle for the lead as we approach the halfway point of the race. 3 cars battling for the lead into the hairpin. Jerry Henry has the inside. Brodie Orr trying to drive all the way around the outside. Jerry Henry very kindly gives him room to do that, and Brodie Orr has his nose in front. Jerry Henry alongside gets a slightly better drag up the straight and just edges ahead as they cross the line. This is fantastic stuff. A sudden mistake though for Dave Koville. I don't know what happened to him at the hairpin. He was just suddenly sideways and in the gravel as the 2 behind him continue to battle it out. They're side by side through Leslie's. They're side by side going to McIntyre's, and that gives the advantage to Jerry Henry's. They turn into McIntyre's. Brodie trying to retake the position on the exit of McIntyre's, doesn't make it through, so has to settle for 2nd position. But Jerry Henry leads through the chicane. Brodie Orr 2nd. Kieran Preedy now in 3rd position, and Andrew Mackey in car 35 up into 4th position. What a race this is turning out to be as Jerry Henry continues to lead through Clark Corner. Brodie Orr is just not going to give this up though. He is just fighting and fighting in 2nd place to stay on terms with Jerry Henry. So a good run through the hairpin essential now as we pass the halfway point of the race. Fastest lap now 62.549 for Jerry Henry in car 147, and he of course is leading the race. Dave Colville's recovering though. He's trying to storm his way up through the field. Big lock up for him going at the hairpin, and he just about washes out into the gravel trap, taking somebody else with him, but they've managed to avoid contact, and Dave Colville now is charging as fast as he can to try and make up time. He's down, incidentally, in the 52 car, down in 11th position at the moment after convincingly leading the race in the early stages there. So the leading 3 beginning to settle down a little bit. Jerry Henry's built himself a lead of around half a second, which doesn't sound like much, but in Fiesta ST terms it's a couple of car lengths. Brodie Orr 2nd and Kieran Preedy 3rd. Now a challenge on for 4th position behind them. Andrew Mackey and Aaron Ward battling over 4th, and they are bumper to bumper, and Paul Curtis, the 95 car, coming into play. He is alongside Aaron Ward as they approach the hairpin. Aaron Ward defends it successfully though, and 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th bumper to bumper coming out of the hairpin. So we've got a battle for the midfield there, and we've got the 3 car battle at the front with 4 laps to go now. Jerry Henry still the fastest man on track with a 62.549. Side by side between Andrew Mackey and Aaron Ward going into Duffus. They're still side by side to Leslie's. That gives That gives Aaron Ward the inside for McIntyre. They're still side by side at the exit of McIntyre, but Aaron Ward gets ahead. And that is wrong-footed Andrew Mackie, which brings Paul Curtis alongside as they go through Butchers. Paul Curtis loses it through Butchers, manages to just gather up and no more without hitting the tyre wall on the exit or on the entry to the final element of the chicane. That was a very, very near miss for Paul Curtis there. It's a brave thing to do to try and overtake or go side by side with someone through Butchers. It quite often ends in disaster, and Paul Curtis just avoided a big disaster there. But that's lost him quite a bit of time on track, so he's out of contention for that fourth, fifth and sixth place battle. But let's look at what's happening in the lead battle now with 3 laps to go, as Jerry Henry looks like he's got a reasonably stable lead of just over a second. Brodie Orr having to keep his eyes on the mirror though to make sure he can keep Kieran Preedy behind him. Kieran Preedy just 4 tenths behind Brodie Orr as they cross the line. Dave Koville continued to make up places though. Dave Koville now is up into 10th and he's about to take 9th as they go into Duffus. Yep, Dave Koville up into 9th position now in the 52 car. Sophie Kinghorn's doing well. She's up to 7th place, started in 10th, but she's now up to 7th in car 83. And her next target will be to catch the 99 of James Dickey if she can. Meanwhile, the leaders heading along Duffus to Hislops, I should say, towards the hairpin. Heading into the closing stages of the race, and it looks like I think we kind of know who's going to be on the podium. We just still have to wait and confirm which order it's going to be in. But Brodie Orr, I think he's just about got himself safe in second place. He's pulled at another 10th of a second over Kieran Preedy that last time round, but half a second isn't quite enough to make you feel comfortable in terms of watching out whether you're going to be attacked from behind or not. We're just couple of miles left to run. It's a 1.27 mile lap, and we're about coming up to halfway around the second last lap of the race. And yeah, Brodie has pulled out a bit more distance over Kieran Preedy now, who's in 3rd position. Brodie doing a personal best on that last lap of 62.572. Jerry Henry, though, still the quickest overall with his 62.335. Oh, side by side now for second place. Kieran Preedy on the inside for the hairpin as Brodie Orr tries to defend from the outside. Brodie breaks later than Kieran Preedy though, and hangs on just by his fingernails to that second position there. Brodie must have been slow out of Clark Corner, and that put Kieran Preedy right into position. But Brodie's managed to pull out a couple of car lengths as they exited the hairpin on the run towards the timing beam. So they're on the last lap now. So I think Jerry Henry, unless he has some kind of disaster in the last lap, is fairly safe. The question is who's going to finish second and who's going to finish third. It's between those two, Brodie Orr and Kieran Preedy. And at the moment, Brodie is looking reasonably safe, but this is where they were last time round, and it all almost went horribly wrong coming out of Clark Corner. There's one tail ender ahead of the leaders coming through Clark. He dives out the way. That's good. He's been watching his mirrors. So as they come round now to towards the hairpin, this is the top 3 for the final time at the hairpin. Aaron Ward then in the 68 car is going to be next up in fourth position, but winning the race is Jerry Henry, number 147. He takes the checkered flag, wins round 1 of the Fiesta ST Championship. Brodie Orr second in car 31, and car 21 of Kieran Preedy in third, ahead of Alan Ward 68, Andrew Mackie in the 35 car, then James Dickey, Paul Curtis and Sophie Kinghorn. Dave Koville next up in 9th. He'll be gutted, I'm sure, because it looked like he had that thing under control and then they just dropped it for, I don't know what caused that. I don't know if it might have been a little bit of wet surface on the curbing or something at Clark's, but it was just quite uncharacteristic for Dave Koville, and nobody else seemed to have trouble at the same bit of track, so I don't know what happened, whether it was a car issue or whether a driver issue, I don't know, but good race though.